And what's happening, everybody? Hope that you are doing well. I'm doing well back here in the States, and just really glad to be here. And I'm gonna take a couple minutes just to I talked about this a few days ago, but it's really cool to be back and with some extra paperwork. That's right. I talked about this on my live the other day, but real quick, I just want to share a couple things. It's going to be really, really short. Because when you're on social media can be a brilliant place as well as revealing like the level of misinformation. It's like you see where people's mindsets are, and so when there were about 63 of us who gained our dual citizenship in the country of Sierra Leone, which is a country in West Africa, and so some people didn't understand why we would do something like that. It was kind of like, well, the passport is worthless, the country is poor. I mean, you would hear all kinds of statements. And so when you hear these statements, you're like, wow, these people, and these are supposed to be educated people. I mean, really, but education could be, compartmentalized into different things. So anyway, one of the reasons why, and this is why I'm excited about being able to be a part of the citizen of Sierra Leone, is because what this passport does is it gives me access to, as it says here, the economic community of West African states. So not only does it give me access to Sierra Leone, but it also gives me access to Ghana, Guinea, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Cameroon, all of the West African states that participated in this, as well as other countries. And I don't need a visa. I don't have to go through that process. I don't have to say how long I'm staying. I can stay as long as I need to stay and do what I need to do. So from an economic perspective, and this is where the mindset shifts. From an economic perspective, it makes perfect sense, because guess what? Let me show you a clip. When I was in Sierra Leone, this is what did it for me. And this is one of the reasons why I am leading tours to Ghana, and I'll explain why Ghana in particular in a moment. But what I saw when I was in Sierra Leone confirmed why I was there, why I was gaining dual citizenship, and the importance of people who understand this with a particular mindset, why it's so important for if the opportunity comes to be able to take advantage of it. Because that's the thing, if the opportunity comes, taking advantage of it. And this is what I saw as I was coming back from Buns Island and Tasso Island. This is what I saw sitting off of the coast of Sierra Leone in West Africa. Take a look. That alone was enough for me to say, okay, if the Chinese can set their ships up, wave their flags, proudly wave their flags. You saw the one little Sierra Leone flag in there, and then you saw these Chinese flags on these ships. And then you saw the Chinese, when it said welcome to Sierra Leone, you saw that in English, and you saw, I guess, in Chinese, and then you saw it in, I guess, some Arabic or something like that. When I saw that, I said, there's no way in the world I'm not going to be here to at least stake some claim, some kind of way, somehow, and to be able to help replenish what was stolen. And then when one guy, he was on YouTube, he's talking about, oh man, the country's poor, and it's amazing how so many people will cry racism in America, but then they'll talk trash and they'll call it's one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard in my life. I was trying to find a better word for it, but it's like straight, flat out ignorance. Because when we talk about poverty, especially in different countries, we just think that the country's poor because it's for the sake of being poor. without realizing that the reason why many of these countries are poor, whether they're in South America, Central America, Africa, wherever the country might be, is because of the exploitations of Europe and America and China and Russia and all these other countries that have all of these luxuries that we lust after. Well, it's because they take the natural resources from these places and exploit them for themselves and don't compensate the people what they're worth, meaning they'll take the copper and will pay not even pennies. I mean, less than pennies on a dollar. But trust and believe the slave labor is still happening in this world, and we benefit from it. That's the one thing that hit me. I said, the wealth that we enjoy in America, we benefit from the low prices that are paid in different parts of the world, where the people out there working in 100-degree heat, where people are working in sweatshops, where people are working in these conditions, but yet we'll be the ones to criticize those countries. Oh, that's poor. I don't want to visit. I don't want to see it. I don't want any parts of it. But we benefit from it. But yet we cry racism in America. Yet we cry about how bad it is in America. So then what we do, which makes it really crazy, we want to go run from America, but then when we get to these places and we see where they need infrastructure development, we see where they need things improved, we complain. And then we complain and we complain and complain. And guess where we run back to? Run right back to America and talk trash. And so what we end up doing is being the mouthpiece for the colonizer who's already exploiting everything. And so then what we do is we stay away while they continue to exploit. That's how the game is played. That's how the whole thing works. So we come back with our uppity mentality, believing that we're blessed and all this other kind of stuff because we are able to benefit from the exploitations of not only those countries, but also blessed we're able to take advantage of the exploitations of our American ancestors and without even recognizing. So we benefit from slavery just like the next person does. So when all of this stuff starts coming together and we start seeing it, yes, we go through what we go through as far as being, called the N-word and all the stuff that we deal with and the discrimination and all of that. But it is nothing in comparison to the way our American ancestors were treated, as well as those of our African ancestors or wherever different places in the world have been treated. So once all of that clicked, I said, for one, my mindset had to shift. And so I don't even see poverty the same way. I now see poverty as someone's exploitation and taking advantage of someone else. That's so now when I go and I look at a particular country and I said, wait a minute, why is it like this? Instead of saying, oh man, these roads are like this, or this is the place. Well, why is it like this? Okay. All right. So I'm careful not to praise the oppressor and then condemn the oppressed. And that's unfortunately what we do. That's unfortunately because it's a lack of cultural maturity, it's a lack of education, it's a lack of a lot of different things, and it has so many different layers to it. And so for me, I proudly received this passport because I understood a little bit more about what happened. And I didn't throw this one away either because it's a resource. Is that simple? It's a resource. George Washington is not my founding father. Thomas Jefferson is not my founding father. Christopher Columbus is hot garbage as far as I'm concerned because he doesn't represent anything as it pertains to me. So when you begin to look at it, when you take the emotion out of it and you begin to put it now into a global economic perspective, it makes perfect sense. And that's another thing that I had to start doing, was to start taking the emotion out of the situation. And when I say that, meaning you're going to have some emotional aspects of it, but the reality is none of us, no generation that I know that's alive, went through slavery. So we really don't know what that was like. Now we deal with the byproducts of it and the traumas and the dysfunctions, but we really don't know what slavery was like, especially Gen Xers. We really have no clue. As a matter of fact, we don't even know what the civil rights movement was like, because by the time we came along, most of us, we were either very young children or we were or we grew up during a time where there were changes being made. So we really don't know. We really don't know what dog hoses are like. Now we know what it's like to be harassed by certain police institutions and stuff like that, and we know some of it, but we don't know the raw essence of as a whole. Some of us individually might know it, but the raw essence of it, we don't really know it. We really don't know what it was like to grow up in the 1920s when you could, when like the things that we go through, our American ancestors would be like, wow, you all have, man, y'all can get, loans to start businesses and all these different things. And so sometimes when I hear my peers and I hear people talking, just the way that we can complain and all of that, it's like, wow, we really just don't, some of us really have no clue. So with that, and then the other thing is, I tell people all the time, I said, before you leave America, because like, I'm getting up out of America, at least go visit where you want to go. Because some people are leaving and they're having that culture shock. They get over wherever they're going, whatever country it is. It could be Honduras. And they go and they find out because they have an expectation. And the expectation is that life is going to always be better somewhere else. And this is why I encourage people to get culture training. I encourage people to really kind of sit down and learn some things about themselves, because oftentimes we'll go someplace with a selfish perspective and we're not going with a really thinking about the people and the culture, or we'll go in with the colonizer savior complex where, hey, I'm coming here to save you, you poor pathetic savage. And these people are like, man, don't even bring that mess here, or it's already been there and they ran it out or whatever. So what I encourage people to do, if you're really serious about learning about these different things and you're really serious about expanding understanding a greater context, I encourage people to spend some time on the ground and get to know the people and really be a part of the culture and be a part of the experience. Because once you do that, there's no way you can come back and talk trash. I mean, if you really care. See, some people just don't care. Again, I can tell when somebody's going and they already have the wrong mindset, because they're already taking it's like we're taking this colonizer perspective and we're trying to impose it upon people without realizing that it was imposed upon us. So we now go other places and we're like, I don't, and we're going with all of that, without being able to see that that's the same way the very people who we complain about see us. It's I'm telling you, it's something to see. But anyway, like I said, today is going to be short. I'm about to, we do have, I got 3 tours coming up this summer to Ghana. And the reason why I am encouraging Ghana is because it's the gateway. It's a really nice balance of traditional with contemporary, has a lot of flavor. I mean, it's really, Ghana's really a cool place to, if you're looking to get introduced to Africa and not be like 100% colonized when you do it, Ghana is a great place to do it. So if you're interested, here's some information. This is where you can go to bit.ly Africa Travel Show. You can watch my presentation as I talk about how you can go and you can set up your discovery call. And one of the things we do have discovery calls because we want to make sure that this trip is a good fit. Some trips are not a good fit for everyone. So we want to make sure. That's why we do the discovery call. That's why we just don't put our trips and prices where people can just sign up, because we want to make sure that it's going to be a good fit. There's nothing like taking somebody halfway across the world and they are not culturally mature and they are not ready for the experience. And so we like to be able to make sure that it's a good fit for everybody, so everyone has a great time. So again, let me just show that real quick. If you are curious and interested and want to learn more about going to Ghana this summer, I will be on all 3 of those tours. You'll be able to hang out with me and I will walk you down through, we'll go to all the different spots. We'll go to Kumasi. We're going to go to Cape Coast. We're going to hang out in Accra. You'll get a chance to experience some of the rooftop nightlife. You get a chance to experience the cuisine. You get a chance to experience some of the fashion, of course, the history, and you'll be a part of a nice, well-rounded experience in Ghana this summer. You still have time to do it. I tell people all the time, you still have time to do it, because some people, it's right around the corner. But right now, while prices are still less, because once the floodgates open, everybody's coming, everybody's ready to, you know how it's going to happen. You can at least secure your space now. We do have other dates, but once you go to Africa Travel Show, bit.ly, I should say, Africa Travel Show, and you are able to, and it has all the details on the dates and all of that. Once you do that, then you'll be able to see exactly which date works for you and how you want to proceed. But I would love for you to join me this summer. We have a great group going in June, got a great group going in July and in August as well. Would love for you to be a part. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'm about to hang out with some young folks because we're going to be talking about the adventures of Darren and Destiny. As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about the Ghana book. That's what we're going to be doing in a little bit. We're going to be talking about the Ghana book, and I'm excited about it. What I tell everyone, I encourage everyone to do is to really educate yourself about world history and what happened, and throw that mess away that we learned through these various systems that just gave us a skewed view of Africa and just seeing it as poor and sick people and all of that. There is poverty there. It's like there's poverty in America. And you have to always, the one thing you want to always understand is that wherever there's extreme poverty, it is at the exploitation 9 times out of 10 of some extreme wealth. And so that's where, when I go now, I see it through different eyes, and I just don't look at it like that. But then again, on the flip side, they have all of these nice hotels. I showed someone the other day how there's a hotel in Accra where you can spend $12,000 a night. This is in Ghana. $12,000 a night. So all that arrogance and everybody, do they have nice hotels? Is it going to be nice? I said, well, let me show you something real quick. And so when they saw the $12,000 for one night, they were like, whoa, okay. So it's like that. It's like that. So you will see economic disparities. You have some of the nicest hotels in the world on the continent of Africa, some of the best food in the world, some of the nicest people in the world. And that's been my experience. And so Ghana's coming up. I actually, I'm going to South Africa very soon, like in the next week. So we'll be hanging out in Joburg. So any of my Joburg folks, I look forward to seeing you. But that's what's coming up. I'll have more details soon. Talk to you real soon. And make sure to check us out at bit.ly Africa Travel Show if you want more details about how you can travel with me to Ghana this summer. Stay tuned for more updates.